You're listening to
Catholic Sprouts,
the daily podcast for Catholic kids that strives to plant seeds of faith.
Hi, Sprouts. Today is Monday, May 23rd, Monday in the 6th week of Easter. We're Jonathan.
And Amanda Texera, your special guest this week. We started a company called WalletWin to teach Catholics like you how to understand and use our money like faithful disciples of Jesus. We'll be talking about money this week, and as it turns out, God has lots to teach us about money. We won't be able to cover everything about money this week, but we're going to look at the basics. What money is, what we can do with it, and how we're called to handle it as Catholics.
God asks each and every one of us to be good stewards of the gifts we've been given. A steward is a term found in the Bible for someone whose job is taking care of someone else's things. In this case, we are the stewards taking care of what belongs to God. Everything we have is given to us by God. Our relationships, our faith, our bodies, our time, our talents and gifts, even our money. To be a good steward, we have to use all those things in ways that honor God and make Him happy. To be a good steward of your toys, think, what does God want me to do with these toys? Keep them locked up in my room even when I'm not using them, or share them with my siblings?
While money may not be a big part of your life right now as a kid, your parents use money every day, and you will too when you're older. Since we use it so much, it affects many different parts of our lives. Because of that, it's super important to understand what money is and how God wants us to use it. And that's what we're going to talk about this week, Sprouts. Today, we're going to talk more about being a good steward. But first, let's make sure we're all in agreement about money.
So what is money? It's more than just the paper and the coins in your pocket, piggy bank, or bank account. Money is a means of exchange. That means we use it to trade for things. Let's pretend your dad's job is making shoes. If he wants to give you dinner, he needs to find a farmer who has a cow to sell and who needs a pair of shoes. Then your dad could trade a pair of shoes for a cow or a steak. Sounds tough. I mean, think of all the trades he'd need to make to get the rest of your dinner. The potato, the broccoli, the butter and salt, the plates and forks. Instead of all that, he can sell shoes to people for money and then use that money to buy food to feed you. Money can also be used to help us understand or live out our priorities, or what's important to us. If you're like me, you like gummy candy, books, and Jesus. I might not have enough money in 1 week to buy a book and some gummy snakes and put money in the collection at church. I'm going to have to figure out which of those things I care about most. So this week, I'll pass on the gummy snakes so I can put money in the collection and buy that book. A good steward makes sure there is enough money for the most important things first. So what is a steward, and how can you be a good one? In the Bible, Jesus shares the parable of the good stewards. I'll summarize it for you right now. A man goes on a journey and tells his 3 servants to take care of things while he's gone. He gives the first one 1 talent. A talent is just a big amount of money. The second, he gives him 2 talents, double the money. And the third guy, 5 talents. That's a lot of money. The guy who has 5 talents trades with them and makes 5 more, ending up with 10. The guy who with 2 was also able to double his money through hard work, and he ends up with 4. The guy with 1, he buried the money in the ground because he was too scared to do anything with it, and he was worried about what his master might say when he got back. Then, the master comes back, and he asks the stewards what they've been up to. The guy who was given 5 talents told his master, I took 5 talents, and through trading, I made 5 more. And the master said, Well done, my good and faithful steward. You were faithful in a small thing. Now I know you can handle bigger responsibilities. Enter into the joy of your master. The guy who was given 2 told his master he also was able to double his money, and give him back 4. The master also told him he had done a great job, and would be given more responsibilities in the future, and to enter into the joy of his master. The guy who buried the money in the ground, he dug it up and gave it back to his master, telling him he was afraid of what he might say, and did nothing but bury it in the ground. The master was mad at him. He didn't use the money he was given very well. He didn't even put it in the bank and get interest. The money was taken away from him and given to the guy who had 10, and he was thrown out of the master's house.
Now, Jesus told parables to teach lessons, not only about what he spoke about in the parable, but also about deeper spiritual things. This parable is about how we need to take everything God gives us, grow it through our hard work, and deliver it back to God with more than we got in the beginning. In other words, this story about money teaches us way more than just about money, but it does teach us about money too. To be good stewards, one thing we have to do is make good decisions with our money. There are 4 different things we can do with our money. We can give it, save it, invest it, and spend it. We'll be learning how to do each of those as Catholics this week. As we wrap up, we want to leave you with a challenge, Sprouts. Today, we want you to look at everything you have: toys, books, games, your home, your family, your friends, and to remember that it all belongs to God and that you are called to be a steward of these for Him. Will that change how you handle your things or how you treat others? Ask Jesus to show you how to become the good steward that He's calling you to be. We'll see you tomorrow to learn about how we're called to give.
That's it for Catholic Sprouts today. We'll be back tomorrow, but until then, continue to grow in your faith and truly sprout into the beautiful creation that God created you to be.
Hi, parents. We're having a great time teaching your kids about money this week. But hey, we teach adults too. To learn more about our WalletWin Academy and our Catholic Money course, head on over to walletwin.com. We also have a brand new Kids and Money course debuting this summer. To learn more, visit us at walletwin.com/kids or click the link in the show notes.
This show is a production of the Spoke Street Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, visit spokestreet.com.